Hello, hi everyone. Very good evening to each one of you for joining us today on this exciting session, the first interaction for the Dreamflow Presents Buildathon 2025. And I welcome you all to the Buildathon Kickoff and Dreamflow 101 session. We're truly excited to have so many people already tagging us, and they've started to chat. So we are here to learn more about this hackathon, this entire Buildathon initiative, and what does it hold for us, and also learn more about Dreamflow as a platform and what capabilities does it hold, and what is its key advantages that you can bring into play during the Buildathon itself. So I'll just quickly introduce you to the entire hackathon piece in a nutshell. The Dreamflow Buildathon is a 50-day global hackathon challenge. We are open for all kinds of creators, developers, dreamers who are intending to build apps, who are intending to build solutions for the masses. So Buildathon has a great vision, great motivation. We are getting ample amount of responses from the developer ecosystem, and so do you. If you're watching us for the first time, if you're new to this platform, you're exploring Buildathon as a fresh new perspective, catch up, stick with us till the end, and you'll get to learn a lot more about this initiative. To deep dive more into this entire space and into entire session itself, today we'll have our esteemed panel of speakers as well, who will touch base on different things during the entire session. So I'll quickly introduce our speakers for today. We will be joined by Jovin, who's co-founder and head of growth at Mobbin. We'll also have Pooja with us. She's a developer advocate at Flutterflow, and also Manoranjan, who's program manager at Flutterflow. And I'd like to call upon Manoranjan with me on the screen so that he can take us through the Buildathon in and out and take us through the journey itself. Hi, Manoranjan. Thank you for joining us.
Hi, Shakti. Thank you for the introduction.
So just to
Okay.
quickly begin,
Hi.
we would love to hear from you about Buildathon and your vision behind it, and take us through it.
Sure, yeah, definitely. Hi, everybody. I hope you are doing well. My name is Manoranjan or Mano. Uh, Good afternoon, good evening, and good morning to people who are joining from across the world. I'll take a couple of minutes to talk more about what Buildathon is, what are the different price categories that we have, and then what Dreamflow is. So, Dreamflow is a new product that we launched a couple of months back by Flutterflow. And it is a tri-surface development platform where you can use agent, where you can use code, and as well as visual interface to make your apps faster and to launch faster. Pooja will talk more about Dreamflow in detail in her 101 section. The whole idea of Buildathon was we want people to quickly develop apps and efficiently, and also make sure that the apps that are being developed are scalable and production ready. So, hence, we thought about this hackathon that focuses on makers from all walks of life. It could be somebody who's a non-tech person, somebody who's working in technology, somebody who's a very ardent coder. It is focused on everybody because, as I mentioned, it is a tri-surface platform. So, over the period of next 50 days, we invite you all to participate in this hackathon. It's a virtual one, and you can do it solo or you can form a team of maximum up to two people. And in the next 50 days, you will build something that's amazing because we don't really have a theme for this one. This is an open innovation challenge. So you can build anything that you feel is definitely worth showing to the rest of the world. Now, focusing on to the categories that we have. So we have prizes up to $25,000, which includes cash plus partner perks, which is spread out on different categories. One is the best app of the hackathon. So, as the name suggests, of all the submissions that we get, the app that is the best in all parameters will win the best app of the hackathon. And also a major chunk of the prize money that is there, plus perks. Second one is the best designed app. So there's a possibility that you feel that you have designed an app that is just totally amazing from pages, from user experience, from user interface. So you can compete for this one. Third one is most innovative app because the hackathon doesn't really have a particular theme. So you can focus on what innovative you want to build and submit when you are doing a submission for your challenge for this hackathon. The fourth one is community favorite. So this is something where everybody, similar to other categories, have a chance to win. So you submit your solution, and we would invite the community to vote for the best app that deserves the community favorite. It could be based on usage. It could be uh, how does it look like, how what problem it is solving. Could be basically anything. And the last one is build in public. So you can definitely go to our website and read more about the prize categories that we have. And this is what the whole hackathon, the prizes, and everything looks like. And our website contains a lot of details about what are the timelines, how to participate, how to form your team. And similar to the video or the YouTube live that we are doing today, we'll have similar interventions in the future as well, where we'll talk more about our product, introduce more of our partners, as well as host an AMA session towards the end if there is room and if there are ample questions that is there. So yeah, looking forward to what amazing and great that you are going to build and what you can build in this hackathon, uh, the Dreamflow Buildathon powered by Hack to Scale. Make sure you keep on tweeting about your journey on Twitter or LinkedIn, tag us, tag Hack to Scale, so that we also know or aware of what you are building and we can keep the social buzz going. There are also mini contests that would be running, which would give you an option to win subscriptions from our side or from Mobbin side or from our partner side. So make sure you are glued to that as well. So this brings me towards the end. Oh yeah, let me quickly talk about the deadline for submissions or registration. That is 5th of January 2026, 11:59 PST. So please remember the time zone. It's 11:59 PST. Looking forward to what amazing you can build. Now I would like to invite Pooja, who's a developer advocate at Butterflow, and she'll do a session on Dreamflow one-on-one, giving you an idea and a run through of the platform. Over to you, Pooja.
Hey everyone, can I get a show of hands how many people actually have tried Dreamflow before this session? While you are letting us know, let me introduce myself. So hi, I am Pooja Bhaumik and I'm a developer advocate at Flutterflow. I've been working with the Flutterflow team for the last 2.5 years now. And it's the same team that built both the products Flutterflow and Dreamflow that was released 2 months back. And that's what I wanted to show you guys about what amazing features and tool set that we have in Dreamflow and how you can use it to build your dream app before 2025 ends, because that's where the buildathon also ends. So yeah, I hope I see some hands that have used Dreamflow before or haven't used Dreamflow before. I see some no's and yes. So I will be sharing my screen just so I can show you um, what Dreamflow is. Just a second so I can move this. Yeah. Okay. So I hope you all can see my screen and the Dreamflow builder. So let me tell you a little bit about Dreamflow. So as Manu mentioned, it's a tri-surface, interface where you could either use the code editor, you could either use the visual editor, or you can use an AI agent to build your apps. The apps that we build in Dreamflow are built with Flutter, which means that you can deploy it to the App Store, Play Store. You can also publish it to the web, and you can also, since it's Flutter, it can also be, it can also run in Mac OS or Windows or embedded devices as well. So it's just single code base that can run on 5+ platforms. And today with Dreamflow, you can at least work with 3 platforms in Dreamflow itself. So let me show you a bit of a demo of how the Dreamflow builder looks like and how you can create apps. Of course, we do have starting with a prompt, which means that you could just write a prompt of the app that you are thinking of, and just give as much details as you can, and then let Dreamflow do its magic. What I can do is I can show you a little workflow. Like I can use ChatGPT for actually creating that prompt. For example, if I want to create something like create a prompt for building a meditation app, but for kids, attention span. Okay. So you have a unique idea that you want to, you already know probably the features also that you want to build around this app. You can just dump it into your favorite LLM tool, and then you can ask it to create like a detailed prompt. In this case, you can make sure that Dreamflow knows exact details for the app that you're building, instead of just sending one line that build a meditation app for kids. I think that's not enough info for people or for anyone to actually build an app around, right? So even Dreamflow's agent would require a little bit of details of what you exactly need. So here, create a prompt for building a meditation app, but for kids' attention span or something. Make it limited to 3 screens or something. I think, and create a short prompt. And let's see what exactly do we get. And we will dump this prompt in Dreamflow and see how it generates prompt, like an app. So it says build a simple meditation app designed for kids with short attention spans. It has the home screen, it has the 1 minute calm screen with a kid-friendly breathing animation. It has the success screen as well. So let me just copy this out. And now I can go back to Dreamflow and just add this here. So now it has a lot of information for it to build an app. And I can choose to also add any screenshots if you already have some designs in Figma, or as the next session would also talk about how you can get some inspiration from Mobbin directly. So you can also drop some screenshots there. And then you can just click on this and let's see what it actually creates. It will take some few minutes, but we'll first see what the flow looks like, and then we'll just jump into an existing app and see the Dreamflow builder while Dreamflow is, building the app for you. Okay, let me redo this again. While this is building, I just want to make sure that this starts. And as you see, this is now going to create like a nice name for the app. It will create like a nice description of the app. And as you see, this is creating a list of tasks that you would probably also as a team would generate when you are building your app manually, right? Like first you will plan the app's overall structure, you will plan the navigation flow, then you are going to create data models for the meditation sessions, including properties like duration, etc. You'll develop the home screen. You will build the second screen, which is the 1 minute calm screen. Then you'll build the success screen. And finally, you will compile the project and check for any errors, right? So this is creating like a plan for you that this is how Dreamflow's agent is going to go one by one and generate files for you. On the right side, it gives you a narration of what exactly it's doing. It's first creating the main dot file, the theme, the pub spec, and as you see, there's a few files that is created. One is the generated files that's already created by now, and then you also have the architecture plan, which it tells you exactly what the architecture it has planned for you. And you can just go through this. What's the technical stack, the implementation steps, what are the screens, what are the features of each screen as well, right? And this will narrate it exactly as it creates new files. So for now, it created a home screen dot, and you will be able to see this here that the home screen is generated. So we will not wait for it to actually generate. We'll just jump into another flow or another approach of creating an app in Dreamflow. So you can either create a new project from scratch, or you can start from template. or you can clone an existing Flutter app from any Git repository like from GitHub, Bitbucket, etc. For now, let's just start with a template, right? Right now we have three templates. One is an AI chat, which is basically a chat application with streaming responses and model selection and etc. We also have a dashboard, which is responsive. It has charts, metric cards, progress tracking, etc. And then you also have a playground where it has chat CA and UI components that you can play around with. Let me start with dashboard. And when you use a template, you don't actually consume any credits. So let me just say dashboard, Buildathon, and let's see, let's create a project that this will generate the dashboard that's already, you saw it in the thumbnail itself. So let's see, this is already generating something, but we'll just move to this first and show you how a fully generated app looks like. So now it is preparing the application and preparing the app preview. And if you are bored, you can also like play a game. We'll just reload this. All right. So finally, we are at the Dreamflow builder, and there is a lot of things happening in this screen for sure, right? It is treated and presented as an IDE, so there is a lot of tools management as well. There's debugging tools, there is asset management, there is connection with database tools, there is Git management as well. So there's a lot of things that is happening in this single tool itself, which is why you see a lot of windows. But let's just talk about them one by one. For example, on the left side, you have these tools, which is the first one is what you see, which is divided into this one app preview that you see. I will talk a little bit more about them. And then you have theme where you can manage your theme of the app. You have the assets where you can manage the assets of your app. You can also connect to Superbase, connect to Firebase, which means that if you have a Firebase project or Superbase project, you can connect directly from Dreamflow, and then any logic, any client-side logic that you need to connect to the project, like Firestore itself, Dreamflow will actually generate it for you as well. So I will show a bit about that later. So we first, let's see what we have in the first tab. First, you will see an app review. Now, if whoever has not tried out Dreamflow before, I must say that this is a live app review of the app that you're working on. It will automatically, if you can see that there is an interaction happening on this chart itself, because this is a live review of the app. So here you can also see the code in case you want to see what's happening behind the scenes. So you can switch to the code tab, and this will load the file explorer. So you have an entire project that is created here, right? So you have the models and pages and services. So if you are someone who already knows Flutter and understands or can read code, you can also go through the code if you like. Or you can, split the view if you want to see what's happening with the code plus the app review, right? So now, for example, I would love to see this. Okay, let me just switch the device because I can't see and I don't think you can see. So I will just switch the device to a phone. You can switch to a tablet or etc. So here I have the phone here. Now I want to maybe see this dashboard here, and I want to change the text, right? Now, if I do not know Flutter or I don't have the time, right? I probably don't have the time to like just search where dashboard text is. It's just not possible for me to even do this on this live stream as well, right? So how do we actually find the particular text in this code? There's something called inspect mode, which you can turn on. And once you turn it on, you will see now you can select different elements in this app preview. So now when I select dashboard and I double click on it, so I have the code open for that particular element that you just clicked on. So you have dashboard here, and if you want to change some text here, you can also change it directly and save the file. But again, I could be someone who does not know Flutter, or I do not know how to change things in code. That's definitely possible, right? So how do I actually change something without also consuming AI credits? So here's where you will use the property editor. So let me just switch, like close the code and just have the preview open. So here you have the property editors on the right, and this will open the widget that you just selected, its properties. So in this case, if I open this, then it will open the metric card property. So you can even change the values for this particular card. In this case, suppose I open dashboard, you see there's page title, which is the dashboard header open. I double click on it, it will open the text properties, which is just the text element of it. And as you see, there is the page title that's already, it's a variable that's added to this content. Maybe I want to change it to something that's hard coded. So I can just say something like dummy. Okay. And immediately you see the app preview reflected the new text change. So I did not have to touch on any of the hot reload or hot restart or anything. It immediately changed it to the new text value. I can just switch off the inspect mode, and now I can interact with the app directly itself. So I can, here I have, now it's basically acting like a normal app. Once I switch on inspect mode, it will just let me select any elements. So this is how you can work on simple changes, text changes, UI changes that you would want to do where you do not want to use AI for it, right? But there might be some bigger changes where you would implement a big logic, and you would love to do it with an AI agent, because none of us have any time anymore these days, right? So let me switch to the desktop mode, and here we have a lot of things happening. Maybe one logic that I can implement right now is that when I click on these cards, I probably can open a dialog, and it will just show the exact same values and cards in that same dialog, right? So usually what we would be doing in normal tools is that we will open the agent, and we will probably just explain it, right? Like change or like on tap of the metric card, open a dialogue or something, right? But here's the problem with that. If we just write it verbally, like just explain it without any context, it's just going to use a lot of credits to actually search what exactly do you mean by metric card, because you haven't really told the agent which file it is. You haven't told which, like how it looks like, or if you want to change some UI, you haven't given any screenshots. So just the text is not enough, right? So here, what I could do instead of just writing this, I could actually give the position or the component or the file or the screenshot as well to the agent. And how can we do that? So this is where widget tree could be very useful. So we have the left panel open, which is the widget tree. Now, again, if you are familiar with Flutter, you know that in any screen of Flutter's app, there is a parent-child relationship. Like there is a parent widget which has a child widget, and that child widget has another child widget, or children, right? So there's an entire hierarchy that is created just for that one particular screen, and this is what the mental uh, the mental view of your screen would be represented by, and that's the widget tree, right? So here, if I click on the metric card right now, this, and if I just turn on inspect mode, it will have the metric card, simple progress card. It will just tell you exactly where in the UI you are, tapping on. Like, so if I wanted the scaffold is the entire screen, the sidebar is on the side of it. So here, if I just say that I want to only give this particular context to the agent, I can either right click from here and say add to agent, and it will know exactly the component that you are talking about, right? So this is the metric card and it tells you the component class itself, and it also generates a screenshot of that entire screen, right? What in certain cases you may also just want to give a screenshot of that particular element only and not of the entire screen. So again, what you can do is that you can, as your inspect mode is turned on, just right click on it and add to agent. It will generate a screenshot for that particular element only. So this will take a few seconds to create the screenshot for that element. For example, I don't need this entire screenshot. I'll just delete this and I will just make sure that only the element screenshot is sent to the agent. So as you see, this is already generated and it has this metric card screenshot already created. Now, for any other tool, you might have to like just screenshot it yourself. Here, you just have to add to agent and it will generate it for you. Now, if I say on tap of the metric card, open a dialog showing the same metric card widget. Okay. And now it will know exactly what the component you're talking about. It knows how it looks like and it has a lot of context. So there's a little lower chances of making mistakes by the agent. So we'll let it work its magic. So it will take some time to generate the code itself. So let me see if I can now show you the rest of the tools. So for example, you also have the publish tool set as well, where you can deploy to web directly by just one click deployment. Soon we'll also have custom deployment as well. Then you also can deploy to App Store from here, while if you just add your details right here, and then you can just deploy it directly. Then you can also deploy to Play Store directly from Dreamflow as well. So it kind of manages the entire flow from design to the planning. Actually, like it starts from planning to design to implementation and deployment is all handled within this single tool itself. So it is now working on the logic. It is finding the metric card widget. As you see, that also has a debug console. Because this is a live running app, it is actually, if you have any errors, if there are any exceptions that are thrown, this will all pop up here in the debug console. At any point as well, if you feel like there's a lot of logic changes that happened, you can hot restart, or you can also stop the app and restart as well. But otherwise, most of the changes that you do it with the visual editor or with the agent, it does the hot reload itself. But in any case, if you need to, you can like if you see here, it just reloaded the application itself once it did the changes on the metric card. So now it's checking for any errors, and once that happens, we'll just test it out and see if the logic is working. So we'll just turn off the inspect mode for now, because we will be interacting with the app after this. You can also like toggle the light mode as well if you like. Okay, so now it is completed. It took around 0.5 credits. So that's good. Now let me just click on this. And it did create like a dialog, but it's not compact. So you can also mention that just make sure that the widget is tightly around the dialog. So you can also add this here itself. maybe when you click on this, you can take a screenshot of this. So add the screenshot. This will take a screenshot of the entire device and say that the content needs to be tightly wrapped around the dialogue. So something of that sort. So this is how you can also give context of the entire screen if something goes wrong. So yeah, that's mostly about the Dreamflow tool. Let me see, go back to the meditation tool and see what happened to that. So let me turn into the phone and let's see what it generated for the meditation app. I'll just reload. So the first load is usually the one that takes a little bit longer time. That's for any Flutter app that you would be working with in debug mode. So it has some error on the nested thing. So let me, what happens when you have an error? So you will have the error here itself, right? So you will say something like, let me also refresh the dependency because this is a dependency thing. And let me restart the app. And I can also mention that there is an error on nested package. So as you see, this is now loading the packages and hopefully the error will be resolved. But otherwise, you can obviously talk to the agent is still working on the error itself. And yeah, let's just see the code directly. It has a bunch of files created, screens, calm screen, home screen, etc. And I don't know how much time do we have to fix the error on the live stream, but we'll just probably move on, I think, because we showed you the Dreamflow tool, we showed you all the features, and we also showed you how you can actually generate an app. And let's see, I think it will take some time to fix the error, so we'll just move on to the next segment. So can we stop sharing, I guess? Um, Shakti, are you on the screen?
Yeah, Pugja, I can hear you.
Yeah.
Do you want to stop share?
Yes. Yes. Let me just stop.
Wonderful. So we can't see your screen anymore. Yeah.
All right. Let's share the slides.
Yeah, I'll just pull that up right real quick. Do you see the screen? Yes.
Mm, yeah. Yeah. So let's now talk about our partners for Buildathon. So this week we announced a new partner. So can we show who our new partner is? Yes, so we have Mobbin on board with us for Buildathon 2025. We will be learning a lot about Mobbin with Jovin, who's going to be joining us in a few minutes. But let's just see what exactly are we getting with Mobbin on board with the next slide, where we show you all the partner rewards. So if you are registered with us, you would be getting 3 months pro plan of the Mobbin tool for all participants. You if you are one of the winning teams, as we already show the prizes, if you're one of the winning teams, you would be getting Mobbin's very cool merchandise and also exclusive coupons. And if you are wondering what Mobbin is, let's just have Jovin, who is the co-founder and head of growth of Mobbin, come on board and tell us a little bit about the product.
Okay, thank you, Pooja. Can you guys hear me well?
Yes.
Okay, great. Yeah, so my name is Jovin. I am one of the co-founders at Mobbin. And just to share with you, how we started Mobbin is actually very similar to the story that some of you are going through right now. So back in 2018, me and my co-founders, the three of us, we were all mobile app developers. That's a fun fact that not many people know. And back then, I was building a journaling app. My other co-founder was building a personal finance app that's based in Korea. And this is actually how we came up with the idea of Mobbin. We were building our own mobile apps, and we realized that we were screenshotting a lot of references so that we could understand what good user experience and good user interface looks like. So my co-founder decided to add those screenshots into a Dropbox folder one day, and he started organizing it by different folders: onboarding flow, sign up screen, login screen. And sooner or later, this ended up into its very own products. Today, the Mobbin platform helps over 2 million product designers, product managers, UX researchers, builders like yourselves, as well as founders find highly relevant references to their design problems. We are the world's most extensive app design library with over 500,000 screens, 1,200 industry-leading apps from all over the world, as well as 250,000 plus user flows like onboarding screens, cancellation flows, subscription upgrading flows. So product designers and builders today use Mobbin to find real-world design inspiration without having to sift through conceptual UI UX designs. They use it to benchmark and do competitor research effortlessly, as well as to discover best practices and stay up to date with latest design trends. So internally at Mobbin, we also built our own side projects. I would say half of our current team members have their own iOS app, their own web app. They're cooking something on the side. So our hearts are very close to the spirit of what Dreamflow Flutterflow is doing here, hosting a Buildathon. At its very essence, I believe what a Buildathon is for is to explore technologies and ultimately to build useful products, useful apps for real-world users to solve real-world problems. And this is how Mobbin can come into place to help you. Because on Mobbin, you'll only see apps and products that have real users, real business models. It's what works in production with millions of users in some cases. So using inspiration from Mobbin will help you have a more realistic view of what good user experience looks like. Yeah. I'm going to quickly show everyone a quick demo of Mobbin. But before that, we have a 2-minute video that we want to play. Just some quick words from our CEO to talk about what the Mobbin platform is. And then we'll dive into the demo as well as show you guys how this could be used with Dreamflow. Yeah.
Hi, I'm Jiho, co-founder and CEO of Mobbin. If you have ever designed an app or website before, you know how daunting it feels at the very beginning of a project, staring at a blank finger canvas, not sure where to begin. And so naturally, we look for design inspiration and references to kickstart the design process. But here is a challenge. Finding useful and relevant references is not easy at all. And that's why we built Mobbin in the first place. Mobbin is the largest library of real-world app design inspiration that helps designers, developers, and product teams find those practical design ideas and references. Unlike popular designer platforms such as Dribble and Behance, Mobbin is not about polished concepts or design shots. Every screen and flow that you see on Mobbin are from real apps that you and I use today, and since 2018 we have curated thousands of best design products around the world like Airbnb and Duolingo into a very comprehensive library of fully searchable screens, user flows, and proven design patterns. So let's say you are looking for some login screens with a forgot password option. Just type in login into the search bar and the keyword filter like so, and you will see exactly those login screen examples right away. Or if you want to check out end-to-end onboarding flows instead, just filter by onboarding and you will find the best onboarding examples complete with videos as well. And once you have found what you need, you can just pull those references from Mobbin into Figma to help you with your designs, or you can even drop those screenshots straight into your favorite vibe coding tools to turn your ideas into code in seconds. And so if you're looking for practical, real-world design inspiration to bring your ideas to life, I would love for you to check out Mobbin and let us know what you think. Cheers!
Okay, yeah. Thank you, Jiho. Now I will do a quick 2-minute demo of the Mobbin platform. Let me share my screen. Okay, great. Yes, so this is the Mobbin platform. As Pooja has mentioned, all participants to the Buildathon will get 3 months Mobbin free. So all of you will be able to access this, and hopefully it's going to be useful for your work as you build your apps on Dreamflow. And straight away, you'll be able to see that Mobbin has listed a bunch of apps here. In fact, we have close to 1,000 plus apps on the platform. And just to show you quickly how comprehensive the Mobbin platform is, I'm going to jump into one of these apps that we featured recently called Go Club. It's an extremely well-designed app built by a small team. I believe they're based if I'm not wrong, they're based in India, but it's a very beautiful app full of motion design. You can quickly have a glance of not just the static screens, but as well as the micro interactions that goes into the app. And over here, you could filter down to different types of design patterns. So if you are designing, say, an empty state, and you want to see how empty states look like, you can quickly just filter by empty state. And straight away, you'll be able to see what that empty state looks like. And if you're designing your own empty state, like every mobile app requires some form of empty state, right? You'll be able to get those references yourself, which is great. We also recently released our animation library. So instead of just featuring static screens, you can also filter by video only. And very quickly, you'll be able to see all the different micro interactions in one spot related to this app. And this is a lot of details that you could work with and use it to inspire what you're building next. For example, like this slider with the latest iOS 26, the liquid glass effect, right? And this kind of fancy animations, all these things can add a lot of life into your product. And moving on, we also have the UI element library. So what the UI element library is used for is basically you can filter by specific UI elements within each screen. So for example, if you are designing a, let's say, a switch component, right? Maybe you're designing a settings page. You can just search by switch, and you can see how the switches are being used in this app's context. Yeah, so this is a very easy way to quickly understand how these different components are used within the app context. And then finally, our most popular feature, I would say, is the flow tree. And in the flow tree, you'll immediately see that we have laid out each app in a tree format, and this makes it very easy for you to jump into the user experience of each app. What we also do is we hotspot every single button click. So without downloading the app, you'll be able to see a bird's eye view, like an X-ray version of the app. So this saves a lot of time, because back when we were building our own apps, this is like our screenshot. Our photos library was just like packed with screenshots, because we do this manually all the time. So over here, if you're designing an onboarding flow for your app, you can quickly dissect it this way and see if the onboarding flow is something that can inspire you based on your own app context. For example, subscription flow is also very important. If you're building a consumer mobile app, one of the most important flows is figuring out how to charge your customers, right? So you'll be able to see exactly how the subscription flow works here. And if you need more detail, we also have the video recording, which is great. So you can see exactly the different interactions within the subscription flow. You can even jump to a certain timestamp. So over here, just click on it and you jump right to that timestamp, and you'll be able to see how the interactions look like. Yeah. So a lot of details here. Just to show you guys one more app, Airbnb, probably the most popular app that designers like to reference, right? So for Airbnb, one of the most important flows by far would be booking and reserving. And if you filter by booking and reserving, you immediately see where that booking a home flow sits on, right? And you also notice that we don't just take screenshots of that flow, but we do it all the way to the end, which means we actually book the Airbnb itself. And so that you don't have to do it yourself. So aside from booking a home flow, there's also booking an experience, which Airbnb has going more into experiences recently, as well as reserving a service, right? So this is a good way to quickly benchmark and figure out what these different apps have, and hopefully it can inspire you to build your own apps. And then finally, probably by far the most powerful feature on Mobbin is going to the search bar and searching for a specific design problem. So for example, if you're designing a subscription paywall, you can simply search paywall, and straight away you'll be able to see that our library has featured over 1,636 paywall screens. And this allows you to understand what different apps are doing. You can filter down to different categories as well. Say you're building a health and fitness app, right? Just filter by health and fitness, and you'll see all the paywalls that are specific to the health and fitness niche. Yeah, and you can even search text and screenshot. So for example, if we are offering let's say a weekly plan, you can search week, and straight away you'll see all the different instances of the text week, and you'll know which apps are doing weekly plans and how you could do it for your own app. Yeah, so that's a bird's eye view of the Mobbin platform. I would say it's a very simple product to use. Think of it as Pinterest or Google for UI and UX experiences. Before I move on, there's one last feature that I think is really cool that people don't know about. We've been doing this since 2018, so you can actually see that for Airbnb specifically, we've featured Airbnb all the way since 2018 and pretty much every year. So this is what I like to call the Wayback Machine feature of Mobbin. You can see exactly how Airbnb looks like back in 2018 and kind of go down that memory lane, 2020, 2021, 2023, and 2025. With this feature, which we call the version history feature, it's a really cool way to understand how apps evolve over time. And what I like to tell new app builders is that you want to see how these apps evolve over time, because back when they're much smaller, the bar for well-designed apps is much lower. And as they start getting product market fit and they start building up a team that can have more sophisticated flows and all that, they have more resources. The app gradually becomes more and more polished, right? So overall, I would say when you look at Mobbin, you'll see a lot of polished apps, but you have to remember that some of these companies have been working on it for many, many years, decades in some cases. You'll be able to understand what good user experience looks like, what good user interface looks like. But keep in mind that when you're shipping your first version of an app, right, keep it simple. Solve a real user problem, keep it simple. Focus on shipping that first app. And then once you get product market fit, you can start iterating on it and getting it up to the level that you see in these apps these days. Yeah. Okay, yeah. And then I'm going to move on to the next resource that I want to share. So we also run this resource called abtest.design, which could be useful when you're building these apps, because over here we have some examples of not just the what, but as well as the why behind why certain apps are designed in a certain way. So for example, over here, when you click on this card, you'll notice that one of the very common design patterns is this timeline trail design pattern. And if you search it on Mobbin as well, you'll notice it in many of these screens. For example, this has a timeline trail design pattern. And if I just scroll, you'll probably see a couple more. Let's see. Yeah, another one here. And over here, we're collecting examples of why this is the case. This is an entirely free resource that you can go to. It's abtest.design, 100% free. And you'll be able to see different cases of the different experiments that these companies have done, as well as what kind of impact, business metric impact it has, right? So think of these apps as large companies with hundreds of thousands of employees in some cases, and they're always running A/B tests. So for some of these established design patterns, you want to be copying what works instead of reinventing the wheel, because they've really put in so much effort and resources to discovering how reality works in the case of their industry, as well as some of these design patterns. And all this information is available to you for free at abtest.design, and more examples at Mobbin, which you have 3-month free access to. Yeah. And then last but not least, how does this relate to Dreamflow? So again, going back to the paywall example, say you are designing your mobile app and you find a reference on Mobbin, right? So in my case, maybe I really like this design pattern over here by Ahead. What you can do is to just copy it, head over to Dreamflow. So I've already added this example, right? And over here, you can see my prompt, right? Let's build a paywall page. Use this as a reference to design and build it. So what you can do is after copying, you just simply Command V, paste it, and you'll see that it's attached. Add in your prompt. So in my case, I've already prompted it, so we don't have to wait. So you can see that Dreamflow picks it all up and starts coding for you all the details about what it has done, and it's come up with this over here. So if I click on preview paywall, you'll see that Dreamflow helps to scaffold it based on the reference that you put it in. So this is a really good starting point for you to jump off and do kind of adapt it into your own product or your own design. So like what Pooja mentioned, you can quickly use inspect mode. For example, you want to change the pricing or the number of trial days or the text. You can just go here and change it to say start trial now, right? And very quickly, you could basically these days with the vibe coding tools like Dreamflow, You can easily use screenshots to anchor your prompts to make it visually make more sense, because design is increasingly how you differentiate your products with other products. And you can use these screenshots as a first anchor, but obviously you want to create your own branding as well. And these are just references, and you shouldn't be copying things entirely, but you should be using it to help you create new ideas and new designs and new branding. And this is an easy way to do it. Yeah. So you could, again, to summarize everything that I've talked about, you can use Mobbin as a way to find design ideas, to find inspiration, to find interesting apps that can inspire your new products, and then use Dreamflow to build and bring those ideas to life. And yeah, ultimately the goal is aligned. We want to build apps that solve real world problems that eventually can make money, as well as be useful to society in general. And I would say Mobbin and Dreamflow combined is a good tool set to make that happen. Yeah. And handing over the time back to Pooja and
Thank you so much, Jordan. That was such a great demo. I think I learned some stuff today as well, even though I'm a huge user of Mobbin myself. So thank you so much. We'll now move to the next segment, which is the, can we have the slides now? All right. So the next, a lot of people are asking about how we can get um, free plan upgrades and subscriptions. Next slide, please. So that's why we have the mini UI challenge, which is powered by Mobbin. And as you see, Mobbin already has a bunch of themes and categories of screenshots that you would need for your inspiration. And the mini UI challenge is exactly going to help you build the app over the next, I guess, 5 to 6 weeks, right? So every week we'll give you one theme. For example, it could be onboarding screens or empty state screens or payments and subscriptions. And every week you design your version of that particular theme, and just participating on and in this challenge will give you a free hobby plan upgrade and the most beautiful design, your creative take on that design, not a complete copy paste for sure. A creative take on the design is definitely going to get a quick cash prize every week that we run this challenge during the Buildathon period. So today, we are going to be releasing the theme. So please do check out Dreamflow's X socials, and we will be releasing it every Tuesday, and every Friday we will be talking about the winner and what is the winning design. So please do stay tuned for our X socials and see what the theme for today is. And thank you so much, Mobbin, for helping people find inspiration, because for this challenge, I know that they're going to go to Mobbin first to find the inspiration and then get their beautiful design done. So thank you, Jovan, for the entire demo and also sponsoring and partnering up with Buildathon.
yeah, we're very happy to be a part of this. So thank you for inviting us. Again, supporting builders is very close to our heart because we had the same story when building Mobbin.
Awesome. Thank you so much. All right. Okay, Shakti, you can take over.
Thank you so much, Pooja. Thank you so much, Jovan, for your both of the sections were too exciting for us. Deep diving into Dreamflow as well as to get to know Mobbin as a platform. So we are truly excited. I can see a lot of people asking a lot of questions regarding Mobbin, regarding the entire hackathon flow. So I'll just stop sharing my screen and we can quickly. I'll start flashing a couple of questions to address to the masses. I'll pull up some from the screen. I'll call out a few from there. So people are asking about how do they get access to the free Mobbin Pro. So Would you like to take that up, Pooja, or should I answer that?
So for free access to Permin, you will be getting emails after you register. It could take around 24 hours from the first onboarding email to get the next Mobbin email, and that will have the coupon code, and you can just add the coupon code when you register to Mobbin's product, and that's it. You get 3 months of floor plan free. So definitely do register. We haven't sent out the coupon codes yet, so in case you're wondering where is it, we haven't sent it yet. We will be doing it from tomorrow. So do stay tuned for your emails for that.
Thank you for addressing that, Pooja. So I see a question regarding team formation a lot that is more centered towards Buildathon. So I'll let you know. So every individual needs to register by themselves first, and do also sign up on Dreamflow, get as an acknowledgement and unlock your submissions. If you've already done so, then it's a 24-hour cycle when your access gets to you, where you can form team as well as you can also make your app submissions done. So you can participate solo, you can also participate in a duo. So duo is the max capacity for a team to participate in the entire buildathon itself. So primarily I see a couple of questions. People are thanking Joven for giving them access to Mobbin as well. So I think I see a lot of people excited to get free access. One question that I see around Mobbin is, how does it work if you mix and match screens from multiple apps? I assume your app does not have unified theme styles, or does it? Maybe Joven or Pooja, you can take it up.
Yeah. Yeah. So I think ultimately you have to see Mobbin as a reference library. It's a good way to understand what good user experience and user interface looks like. So that being said, like a very popular way that vibe coders use Mobbin these days is to put like a screenshot directly into your vibe coding tool like Dreamflow and use that to anchor designs. But as you're building like a proper app that uh, that you get like real users on, eventually you want to develop your own design system. You can use Mobbin as a good resource, but you want to kind of evolve that those ideas and mix and match it such that it's your very own idea. And for you to achieve that, you could probably use a bit of Figma, use a bit of design tools, and make sure that you have like a proper design that you can work with that's scalable. Yeah, hopefully that answers the question.
Thank you so much, Joven. I hope that answers to the question itself. So I also have another quick question from Senthil. Is Dreamflow a vibe coding tool, and how is it different from other tools like Cursor and Lovable, etc.? Maybe Pooja, you can take that up.
Yeah, you can say Dreamflow is a vibe coding tool. You can say Dreamflow is an IDE. You can say Dreamflow is a visual building tool. It could be a lot of things because it is actually a mix of tool set, right? It is not a singly. It's not a singular just agent vibe coding tool. You could use the visual editor. You could use the just like Cursor, right? But the one thing that keeps it apart from other tools is that you could run an app preview directly in Dreamflow. You can connect to database tools directly from Dreamflow. You can deploy also from Dreamflow itself, which is why we kind of call it like an IDE, which has a bunch of debugging tools, code editing tools, visual tools, and also, of course, the vibe coding tool set as well. So it's a complete tool set to building mobile apps faster. And the main thing with other tool set is that here in Dreamflow we build Flutter apps, which is highly performant for mobile systems as well. It can run on 5 platforms with just a single code base. So there's a bunch of differences as well. It's just not the tool set; it's also what we actually generate as well, right? So that's why there is not a single definition. It's just that it's an IDE which has a tri-surface interface, code editing, visual editing, and agent as well.
Thanks for answering that, Pooja. It was well explained. Quick question coming your way is people are now interested more towards the Mobbin UI, the mini UI challenge, and keen to know more about how do they actually register for it or maybe sign up. So if you can add something there, or maybe I can also flash up the web page.
Yeah, I mean, that would be great if you can just show the website itself. We don't have a very big approach to this challenge. You just have to be on socials. You will find our tweet today. And once you know the theme, you just have to design the theme this week in your Buildathon app. And you just have to post it on or reply or quote tweet or just post it on socials, and that's it. We will be able to see that this is just the entry for the mini UI challenge. You don't have to fill a form, nothing of that sort. Once you are eligible for it, then we will send you some details on how you can get the subscription. So yeah,
Just
just
to
go
add,
to the website and you'll find more details. Yeah.
yeah, just to add what Pooja is saying, you can also go to the Dreamflow Buildathon website. You'll find it under listed under the partner section. So you can learn more about the mini UI challenge. If you click here, you learn the what is to be done, how to enter, weekly rewards, and so on and so forth. So make sure you visit the website, you check out how to enter to the challenge as well as register yourself if you haven't already for the Buildathon.
Yeah. While you are on the website, Shakti, I do have some questions regarding the Build in Public award as well. So do you might want to show that particular um, info as well on the website? So everyone is asking about the Build in Public keywords. That is the keyword. It is Build in Public. You don't. You can tag us on your socials. You can make posts on YouTube, Twitter, LinkedIn, or you want to create like a blog post. Just make sure that you're using the hashtag wherever hashtags are possible. But at the end of the event, once you do want to submit, you will be given a field in the submissions form where you can just add like a document where you can list all the links that you would like for us to see in case we missed it. I mean, if you've tagged us, we probably already saw it. But if in case we do miss your post, you can just create like a list of links that you already have posted in and then add it to a doc. During your app submission, you can just give that link to a Google Doc or a Notion doc or something like that. And that's how we know that you did have a build in public journey in case we did not see it ourselves. But otherwise, if you did tag us, we would.
Yeah, definitely. So a lot of questions around the access to Hack to Skill portal. I'll reiterate myself in case you guys have missed it. So you need to register first to the Buildathon itself, and once you register, you also have to sign up to Dreamflow platform. So go to Dreamflow so that you can participate in this entire Buildathon. That is the overall agenda for you to build apps and participate overall for the entire cash pool prize as well. So once you are already signed in, acknowledge that onto your participant dashboard that you've already done that so that we can unlock your next steps, which are team formations as well as submission of your app itself. So all of them who makes an acknowledgement will start passing on the Mobbin credits as well from tomorrow onwards. I believe Pooja has already acknowledged that. So make sure you're registered on Dreamflow Buildathon. You're also signed up on Dreamflow, and then you make an acknowledgement on Hack to Skill. We'll take things forward from there. I think pretty much we have answered to most of the questions for the masses itself, and we are also over time here. But I would like to thank each one of you for joining us today. Thank you, Manoranjan, Pooja, and Jovin, for addressing to the masses and clearing up the entire air for us in terms of Buildathon participation, Dreamflow, as well as the contribution from Mobbin as well. So thank all three of you and the entire audience strength who's watching us, during this evening time. Thank you so much for watching this entire session. I hope it is exciting for you. I hope you go back, register yourself, and then you start building your dream apps as well. Any last few words if you guys may have?
Yeah, I'm just excited to see all the apps that's Do take the time to actually build something that's going to be impactful for your users, your friends, or the community that you are in. We really want people to build something that they've always wanted to build. It's not a 1 day hackathon. It's not a 7 day hackathon. It is a 50-day hackathon because we want you to ship your apps before 2025 ends, because that's the goal. That's if anyone had a resolution like that, that's this is the hackathon for it. So definitely, I'm just excited to see what all ideas you have and what all you're building.
Thank you so much, Pooja. Anything you want to add, Joven, Manoranjan?
No, I think Pooja uh, put it very well. Happy shipping, happy building. Let's build something useful, impactful. Yeah.
Thank you, Joven. Mano, would you like to add something?
Yeah, I would say people like take your time to build. Don't just hurry to submit because you're using an agent. Because there are so many price categories and everybody's competing. So
Yeah, thank you so much, everyone. Thank you so much for joining us today here. We're truly excited to see what you've got to build in the Buildathon. I wish you all the very best. Thank you so much. Thank you to all the speakers, our esteemed speaker here, and everyone watching us today. Thank you and have a good evening.
Thank you. See you, everyone.
See you.